These black leaders are agents of Rome. The powers that be are the Jesuits. It's not the Zionists that run everything. It is actually the Jesuits. We are up under Roman law. For those of us that are in the know, we know that Rome never fell. Rome just split. And we go by the Gregorian calendar and not the quote-unquote Jewish calendar. So it is Rome that controls everything in this physical reality. And I think I'll do a video or show a video about that in the near future. Because I was like everybody else thinking that it was the Zionists, but it's not. And just looking at videos on YouTube and doing my own research, I've come to the conclusion that the Jesuits run and rule the entire world. Remember, all roads lead to Rome. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment if you feel the need to comment, and subscribe for more videos. I'll have the link for both the article and this video in the description. So let's go ahead and get started. And remember, this will be for the purpose of teaching, so I don't want to get a copyright infringement or a strike. So yeah, but let's go ahead and get started. Peace, love, and light to you guys. Enjoy the video.
Welcome to For the People. I'm doing this video because it's way past time that black people knew. I mean, some white people know, but mostly neither black or white people are really aware of this particular secret society, because it's for black people only, and it's called Boule. And they go to their fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha for the men, and then the other one for the women. And when they graduate, like if you go to Harvard, when you graduate, you're most likely going to be a member of Skull and Bones. And if you're a member of Skull and Bones, you help rule the world. The world is your oyster. You can do anything. You can do no wrong. Now, the Boule, you can do some wrong if you Boule, because you're black. And the white, I'll just say organizations. I won't name them.
Okay, I want to make a real quick comment. So when you look at it, you see all these leaders. It shows you that they are Boule. You have to understand that they are sent to do the work of Rome. And remember how we fell as a people? We fell through our people betraying us. Remember, when we were fighting these racist Jesuits and the European powers, it was some of our people who switched sides and who were on the sides of the Jesuits doing their dirty work. So you have to understand that we have enemies in quote-unquote black face, quote-unquote indigenous face, because we are the indigenous Aboriginal Americans. But we have to understand that these movements, such as the Panthers, quote-unquote Black Lives Matter and all of these movements from the past to the present are all set up by the Jesuits. All of them. They create these fake false leaders for us to have someone to believe in and someone to follow. And she, in a sense, is right, because if you think about it, the Boule, they are the quote-unquote black 1%. They are the people that you don't see. They are the Jay-Z's. They are the Beyoncé's. They are the Louis Farrakhan's. They are the Elijah Muhammad's. Like, you have to understand this. 90% of the black people that look up to these people don't realize that They're agents, and they're going to sell us out. They have no choice. It's just like if you look at the quote-unquote truth movement with Alex Jones, Mark Dice, and others. Those are agents also, because they act like they're on the side of the quote-unquote patriots when they're not. They're actually controlled opposition. All leaders on both sides, both European and indigenous, work for Rome. They do it to keep us divided. So this is what we have to understand.
Or it. But I'll just say there is a higher authority that rules over the Boule. And they're not black. But what they use the elite blacks for is to help the white people keep the black people in their place, which means only a few can rise to the heights. You know, where you're making $1 billion. You know, a gazillion dollars. Only a few.
Yep. And she's correct, because I was looking at a video on CNN. I think it's called CNN Money. And there are black billionaires out here, but they are very, very small and few. You do not have that many black billionaires. You have quite a few black millionaires, but you do not have black billionaires. The most prominent black billionaire would have to be Oprah Winfrey. And there are others, but you got to understand and realize they still work for Rome. All these people, even the Europeans, they work for Rome. They work for Rome. They have to bow down and kiss the Pope's ring. They all do. They all do.
A chosen few. And those chosen few must also be a member of the other white secret society that keeps them in line.
Facts.
And you have to do whatever they say.
Facts.
And one of the things they tell the people in the Boule to do, control them niggas. Keep them in their place. Don't let them get too uppity.
Yep.
So that's why to this day you see very well compared to other people on this planet, there are not that many millionaires, but there are a lot of affluent blacks. There are a lot of affluent blacks now. But they never let you reach the pinnacle. And then when they finally do let you reach the pinnacle, like becoming president of the United States, well, it turns out you're a traitor to your country, and your allegiance is to the Muslim Brotherhood, and you don't give a damn about America. But I digress. Let me go on with this Boule thing. And I only found out about the Boule about over a year ago. And I've been on the planet an extremely long time. And I had no idea. And
yeah, I mean, because I just came into the knowledge of the Boule not too long ago. I've heard about it, being in college and everything. I heard about it because I'm actually quite young. I'm actually 27, about to be 28 later this month. But that's besides the point. But you have to understand that people that get into these schools like Harvard and other prominent black universities, other black HBCUs, these people are all Boule. They're all Boule. They all have a part to play. If you look at, for example, Atlanta, most of that area is Boule. Majority of it is Boule, because you have Spelman, you have Morehouse, so you have the Boule is all over Atlanta, all over. So you have to join these sororities and fraternities if you want a decent, good-paying job in Atlanta. It's very, very simple.
One reason I decided to go ahead and do this video is because some of my subscribers have been asking me, because I did a video mentioning the Boule and explaining, I didn't go into great detail, but I explained very quickly to what the Boule was, which is easy to explain what the Boule is. It's a group of affluent black people who have gotten their school learning, gone to college, became a member of a fraternity or sorority, and were allowed to attain some type of notoriety. Or should I just say some type of success, where you become very rich. The word is rich.
Right.
Well, because
that's what it's about. Because if you look at these rappers are Boule. All of them are. They're all Boule. These athletes, Boule. Some of these black lawyers and judges, Boule. Like, it's all that simple. Whenever you have a high position like that, you have to understand that we're in this together. Meaning the indigenous and these Europeans, we're all in this together. The elite, the Jesuits, look at us as cattle. They look at us as useless eaters. They do not like us. The Society of Jesus wants to rule the world. They want to have Rome be in control and power. They are the ones that orchestrate all this stuff. They have influenced Hitler. They influenced Stalin, Mussolini. It's out there. It's not the Zionists who run and control the world. It's not. It is the Jesuits. The Freemasons, whether they be European or quote unquote African American, unquote, have to do the bidding of the of their Jesuit masters. It's simple, because you have to understand the Black Boule is here to keep you and I at bay. It's to keep us in our place. This deals with classism, class status. It's of the haves and the have-nots. Just like right now, you have Ben Carson. He is Boule. He is Boule. No questions asked. So that's why the Boule is here, is to keep us in check. Because they answer to people higher than them. And if they say go left, they go left. If they tell them to go right, they go right. If they tell them to make an about face, they have to make an about face. If they don't, they get murked. They get killed. It's that simple. It's on both sides. Rich Europeans and rich African Americans have to do what the powers that be say. If not, they get axed. These controlled opposition, the controlled opposition has to do this. They have to.
Now, this is what the white people don't want the black people in Boule to help other blacks do. They don't want them to help them become affluent. There's so many very intelligent, talented black people.
Facts.
That goes without saying. That goes without saying. They're just as gifted as anybody who's at the top of the heap. Anybody.
Preach it, sister. Preach.
These Boulets who have been allowed to reach some type of recognition where they're a household name. When they become a household name, you have arrived. Like Oprah.
Yep.
Like Jesse Jackson.
Yep.
Like Al Sharpton.
Yep.
Like a lot of black people who have gained a little recognition. Well, these are the Boule niggas.
Yep.
They're Boule niggas.
Correct. Facts. I love that term. BN. Boule niggas. Yes. Yes. That's an excellent term right there. The Boule niggas.
Black people down. Oh, they might help them. They might, open up a little after school little clubhouse for black kids to go until their mothers and fathers can get home from their practically all night jobs they have. They'll do that, maybe make them some bologna sandwiches, so they have something to eat before they go home. But as far as helping black people really helping them to attain the heights they really are qualified to attain? They don't. They are kept down. They are not given those opportunities. So, and I never knew that. I mean, I always knew, and it brings me back to thinking about how black people, who I don't even know who the hell I am. I don't know if I'm black. All I know is I'm not white. But my skin is brown.
Well, sister, you just said it right there. You're not black. You're indigenous. You're brown. We are different shades of brown. We are the indigenous aboriginals of America. We are the indigenous. We are the indigenous aboriginals of America. That is who we are. It's very simple. The definition of America, of an American. Type it in on Google. Google it. Type in American 1828 definition and it'll come up. And you'll know who's who. And we range from different shades. From light brown to dark brown. It's not hard to figure out. It's very, very easy.
That's all I know. My skin is brown. And I refer to myself as a black woman, not Negro. And that's another thing. The Boule changed our names. They keep changing our names.
Teach.
We were niggas, then we were niggas.
Teach. Exactly. They always change our names. We've had many different names. We've had Afro-American, Negro, Colored, African-American.
Negroes. Then we were, who were we? Who were we after Negroes? Seems like there was something. We've had so many different names. And, and then we were black. Oh, I'm proud and I'm black. James Brown helps us with that. James Brown must have been Boule too, because he gave us, I'm black and I'm proud. So, we can go to, I'm black and I'm proud. Don't have a damn pot to piss in, but I'm black and I'm proud. Well, these Boules, woo, I have nothing good to say about them. And one of my subscribers, which I think this particular subscriber was not a black person, so they were shocked.
Racism. It's not just for God-fearing, gun-clinging crackers anymore. Got racism. These memes are hilarious AF. These memes are super hilarious.
You mean, because I mentioned Boule in one of my videos, and I explained it, and they said, I didn't know about Martin Luther King. Well, hell.
Yeah, because Martin Luther King, he was Boule. I respect the brother for actually trying to tell the world who we are as the indigenous aboriginals, but he also had a job to do. He had a job to do. See what people don't realize is this. King was put on and used by the elites. They were talking in his ear. The same thing with Farrakhan. Farrakhan has sold out. He's been sold out. Ever since he sold the Nation of Islam to Scientology and started dealing with the teachings of L. Ron Hubbard, he been sold out. It's very, very simple. The Me Men March, both of them really haven't really accomplished much of anything, and it's not to be disrespectful. It's just being real. It's just calling it what it is. Nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. Like she said earlier in the video, these people will give some incentives for us, but not much.
Too many people do know Martin Luther King was Boule, because most people don't know what Boule is. But, black people, I don't know what we are. Us brown-skinned people who've been cast aside for so long, we don't really know who we are. How the hell are we supposed to know? I don't know.
Oh, we know, sister. Sister, we know. We know exactly who we are. We are the indigenous Aboriginal American Indians. All you have to do is research this. This is not hard. You have to research this. That's all you have to do is begin to research, begin to use these search engines for real research. We have to begin to figure out who we are, because guess what, you guys? The powers that be, the Jesuits, know exactly who we are. They know exactly when we fail, they know why we fail, and they know how we fail. It's the American Negro that does not know who he or she is. But we're starting to wake up. We're starting to realize that, hey, we're not Africans. We didn't come from Africa. We didn't come on some slave ships. We were already here. Because if you look at the writings of Columbus, he tells you we were already here. This is documented. You have to do some research and you have to do some deep digging. But eventually you'll find it.
But I am not Boule. I wouldn't want to be Boule.
Yep, same
I would
here.
Never
Same.
stab my own people in the back and
Same.
hold them down. I would
Same.
never do.
Same. And that's why I do these videos, guys, because I'm not going to turn my back on you guys. I love my people. I would never, ever sell out my people. I couldn't do it, and I wouldn't do it, and I'm not going to do it. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to sell out my people. After all the hell that we've been through, yeah, right, man. Just for some chump change, so I can get a pat on the back from people who hate my guts. Yeah, right. Remember, you have to understand that Rome never fell. Rome just split. That Rome, when you look at the Inquisitions and the Crusades, they slaughtered hundreds of millions of our indigenous ancestors. Hundreds of millions of them. They slaughtered them. They slaughtered them in the name of their God. That's what the Inquisitions were about. They slaughtered the Inca. They slaughtered the Mayans. They slaughtered the Aztecs. They slaughtered our people who were already here. So we can't sell out. We won't sell out. Because they don't want this truth out. But you're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop it. Not with this pro-black, fake, conscious movement that they've created. You're not going to stop who we are. We know who we are. The reason why you see so many of these videos that African Americans aren't African is because so many of us know the truth now, and we're starting to try to wake up those who don't know who they are. So we have a job to do, people. We have a job to do. And we got to get busy, because we're not going to have the internet too much longer. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but this is real. I don't believe that the elites are going to allow us to have the internet too much longer. So, we've got to get this out to as many people as possible. The next generation has to know who they are. Has to.
Do that. That's why I could never be a part of a secret society, because they off me in no time at all. Because I'm not into harming people. I'm not into killing people.
Yep, same.
I'm not into drinking blood or eating flesh. None of that. None of that.
Yep.
So
And that's what they do in these secret societies. They are cannibals. They do this all the time. See, I don't want to get off topic for a second, but when you look at those who are lost in this political left-right paradigm saying that the left does this and the right's all good, no, it's the same thing. They're on the plantation. You have to understand that the right is the religious side of the Catholics. They funded all this stuff. They fund this stuff on the right. Why do you think all these private colleges and schools, most of them are funded by what? Churches. The Roman Catholic Church, the Vatican, is the most powerful in the world. The Vatican is the most powerful in the world. The most powerful. It's the most powerful organization. Why? Because it's backed by religion. And they have used religion to slaughter hundreds of millions of our ancestors. Not just our ancestors, but Europeans and other indigenous peoples all around the world. Rome never fell. Rome is the enemy. Rome is the enemy of the Creator. Because they want to go off into the heavens and fight with our Creator. Because guess what? Their Creator, Rome's Creator, is Lucifer. That's who they worship. See, they hate the Creator. They think that the Creator is Satan. They hate the Creator. So they fund those on the right. And they fund those on the left. It all makes sense. You have the house nigga and the field nigga. Don't you want to get off the plantation and be free? You have the Republicans and the Democrats. Don't you realize it's two sides of the same coin? Two wings of the same bird? Don't you want to be free? Don't you want to wake up and smell the coffee and realize that they use both sides? They pit black and white against each other? Because we know that black and white deals with status and it's not dealing with color. Because those are both artificial terms. They're the ones that created the concept of race. We've got to wake up, people.
I am not a candidate for Boule or any other kind of secret society because I'm just not into that. I think it's, I think these people who are members of those societies, they are demonic. And well, let me stop. I'm getting off subject. Let me get back to the Boules. The whole point of this thing is to inform people because it's time you knew.
Amen.
Blacks, whites, whatever color you are.
Facts.
It's time we expose the Boule for what they are. Traitors to the black race.
Facts.
That's who the
Exactly. That's who the Boule are. They are the traitors of the indigenous aboriginal peoples. They are the ones who sold us out. Think about it. You have what is called dirty Moors. And I'm not against the Moors. But you had dirty Moors who sold us out. I don't hate Moors. I dislike those who sold us out. Just like these Hebrews, they do the same thing. They keep stuff riled up. these camps are there for a reason. They are on government payroll. Anytime that you can say death to America, anytime that you can say death to white people, you're on the fucking payroll. Pardon my French, guys, but you're on the fucking payroll. That's what you're on. Stay away from these camps. Stay away from these fake conscious niggas. Stay away. Because when stuff hits the fan, they're gonna sell your asses out. They're gonna sell your asses out.
They are, and that includes Martin Luther King, because he was part of Boule, and his part of his job was to keep the niggas in their place and make sure they don't cause no trouble.
Facts.
Make them peaceful. Make them non-violent. And Martin Luther King did a very good job of that. But somewhere down the line, he must have started saying, wait a minute, I don't want to do this anymore. And what happened when he felt that way? Well, he's no longer with us. That's what happened. He's no longer with us. But I don't know why they did it. I'm sure they had, well, because he was probably getting ready to spread his wings farther than they would allow a Boule person to do. But anyway, so that's it, everybody. Black people have not just been kept down by the whites, but we have been kept down by our own black brothers and sisters.
Exactly. And this picture says 1,000 words. Just like right now, you have a Jesuit Freemason in power. Trump is a Jesuit. He's sent to do the job. His job is to bring chaos. That's what his job is. His job is to do the bidding for Rome. He's promising to make America great again. That promise isn't for you, and it's not for me. It's not for whites. It's not for Mexicans. It's not for Hispanics. It's not for any of us. When he says make America great again, he's talking about the rich. He's talking about the fucking rich who run and control and rule the world. That's who he's talking about. He's talking about the 1% because he is the fucking 1%. That's how he got elected. That's how he was selected. He was selected to make America great again for the rich. Look at his cabinet. Look at all the banksters in his cabinet. Look at all the CEOs in his cabinet. And you people are ignorant to think that he's going to help you out. He doesn't give a fuck about you. He doesn't give a damn about you. And I'm sorry for all the cussing, guys, but I'm riled up because it's time for us to wake up. We all are going through hell. But what's coming down the pipeline is you haven't seen anything yet. And for those Europeans and those ignorant pro-blacks that talk this stupid racism shit and this fucking black supremacist, white supremacist shit, you're on the fucking plantation. Wake the fuck up. If you have a license, you have a birth certificate, you're still part of the fucking system. They overthrew us through law. That's how they got us. Europeans have been enslaved. The indigenous people of the world have been enslaved. Everyone has been enslaved by the ultra rich. We sold our own. Europeans sold their own. No one is better than the next person. No one. It's time to wake up because guess what? The elite now, they want a race war. They want that to pop off. They want that to pop off. because they're going to bring forth this new world order, and it's going to come. This new world order is inevitable. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop it with guns, because guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. These people are Satanists. These people are Luciferians. These people deal with high level ranking demons and fallen angels. Look at CERN and how they're trying to open up a portal and bring demons into our realm, into our physical realm. This is why they push this atheist and agnostic bullshit, because they know that's a joke. All you have to do is research. The religious, Rome controls both the religious and non-religious at the same time. They fund both sides. Wake up.
Oprah is at the top of the list, along with cokehead Jesse Jackson. Yes, yes, yes. And Al Sharpton, I wouldn't let him lick the spit off of the bottom of my shoe. So, this is making me angry. But it is when you think about it. When you think about it, it is enough to make you angry.
Teach, sister, teach. Yep.
It's not just a racial thing now. It's a power trip.
Yep.
All these,
because it's classism, guys. It's classism. The elite does not see quote unquote race. They invented that concept anyway. They invented that. They invented that for a reason, to keep us distracted. We've got to wake up, man.
People who are in these secret societies, they want to control the world, and they want to make us demonic. They want to make us elves, artificial life forms. That's what they want to make out of us, so that we will be more obedient. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, you guys, that you really need to know about. And the knowledge is at your fingertips. I've even done a video with that. So the knowledge is right at your fingertips.
Yep.
Click on your computer. Click on your computer. Click on your smartphone and ask a question. And anything you want to find out, you'll find out.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I know Google, which is one of the biggest secret societies in the world, although they're not called a secret society, but they have all the information. They have all the information. They control the information, but it's what it is. It's what it is. And anything you want to know, you can find out. Anything.
Yep.
Just ask.
Yep.
I know in the Bible somewhere it says ask and it'll be received, or however that goes. But all you do, you gotta ask, but you gotta click the button on your computer, on your cell phone. Click that button and find out anything you want to find out. And all those people who were asking me, what's Boule, that's all they had to do. That's all they had to do. But so many people don't know. It's time that people did know. So for all you people out there who know other people who have never heard of Boule, please spread the word.
Yep.
This doesn't mean we're going to get rid of them. They're here to stay.
Yep.
They're here to stay. Nothing can be done. I mean,
yep.
But we just need to know what's up. We
Facts.
just need to know what's up. And it will always piss me off to no end that my black people, whether they were African, Hebrew, well, they're calling us everything. Well, you're the real Jews. Hey, don't even label me. Don't even call me anything but a human being. I'm a human being. That's all I know. That's all I need to know. So, but it's something to find out that the people that supposed to be the same race as you sold you out to the white people, had you shipped over on a boat.
Woo!
At least that's the way the story goes. I don't even.
Well, actually, we were already here, though. That's the thing that I want you to know, sister. We were already here. That's what I want you to know. That's what I don't want you to know, because that's when you can start digging and keep digging.
You know, I know I wasn't shipped over on a boat, and my parents weren't. And
Facts.
My grandparents.
Facts. Exactly. Facts. Because it doesn't make sense. We were already over here. I'm in agreement with this sister because I've always been in America. Always. I don't know any African language. I'm not kin to any tribe in Africa. So I know exactly who I am. That means that we were already here. Like, we've got to stop believing the lies that they tell us, man.
That's smart, but you know, if we did not write the history books.
Yep.
Whoever writes the history books makes the rules.
Yep. Facts.
So I don't know. All I can say is I'm a human being. That's all I can say.
Because really, it's our perspective versus their perspective, and right now their perspective is winning because they use both the Black Boule and these European Freemasons to run and control the world, along with the Jesuits.
And I know that the people associated with the color of my skin have sold us out from day one.
Yep.
So to white people.
Yep.
And also to black people. There were black slave owners too.
Yep.
Don't get it twisted.
Facts.
Black people were slave owners too.
Slavery was a business, just like it is now. Slavery has never left. You have the new form of slavery is now what? It's the prison system. It's the prison system. That's why when you go in and you get out, it's hard for anybody out here to make it, regardless of quote unquote color. It's hard for anyone to make it. It's hard.
Not that many, but there were black slave owners. But then we're all slaves if you get right down to it.
Facts,
we're all
sister.
slaves. We have, if you have, well, let me stop. Let me stop. But back to Boule. My suggestion is, if you want to learn more, just Google it. Google it, or even on YouTube. That's how I found out about it on YouTube, because I was watching something and the name Boule came up and I didn't know what it was. So I Googled it and I put it in the search box on YouTube, and I found out what Boule was. And you know, that's when Oprah's mask cracked and I realized, oh wow. And it's not a stretch now to believe that she is dead and cloned, because you know she did the oath and you know had to do the rituals and stuff. And I think, now this is just my personal opinion, because I always felt that Oprah was a good person. I did. Who didn't love Oprah? But as it turns out, she was working for well, she did what she could, which wasn't much when you think about it. Because like everybody was wondering, well, why is she building all those schools in the school in Africa for all the way across the continent? What about, she lives in Chicago, that's her hometown. Why won't she help the school children in Chicago? And that's still a big question. But the answer is, she's Boule.
Yep, facts.
She's under the control of others.
All of these rappers and entertainers, athletes, they're all with the Boule. They all have a pact. They're not going to speak out. You have very, very few. You have very, very few that will speak out. Because when they speak out, a lot of times they may get a tap on the shoulder and say, hey, don't do that again. Because it's not just the money, man. It's not just the money. It's not just the money. That's a start of it. But they'll either drag your career through the mud, or they'll execute you. So a lot of times when you have people that, athletes and all that stuff that rise up and tell what I would say half-truths, after they get done telling the half-truth, then they get tapped on the shoulder and say, hey, look, I'm going to give you a warning. You either keep your mouth shut, or two things are going to happen to you. One, you're going to have your career dragged through the mud, or two, you're going to be sleeping with the fishes. Those are your only two options. And then after that, they keep their mouth shut. That's all of them. All of them. I don't care who they are. They keep their mouths shut.
Say bitch, you not doing no kind of school or no kind of nothing for black people.
Yep.
You better go somewhere else if you want to do that. So she did. She went to Africa and she helped the black people over there. But Africans are different from black people.
Woo! Woo! Oh man! Oh! I gotta hear that again. Oh! Let's hear that one more time, guys. Let's hear that one more time.
If you want to do that, so she did. She went to Africa and she helped the black people over there. But Africans are different from black people. They're different.
Woo!
I wasn't born in Africa.
Woo! Hey! This sister gets it. She's starting to wake up. Man. She's starting to wake up. Woo!
I don't know their culture. I don't know anything about it.
Come on.
I only speak one language, unfortunately, and that's a sin. It is, because I only speak one language, and that's English.
Teach.
And I don't know the African language. I don't know. So how in the hell would I call myself African? I'm African American. Oh, you are? Why do you say you African American? I don't know, because Oprah and Jesse Jackson, they started calling us African American. So, but that did not make me African American.
Facts.
Never will. Africans don't really. They look down their noses at black Americans.
Woo!
And that's the truth. They can deny it all day.
Talk about it. And that's what you pro-blacks and you hotep niggas and you quote-unquote conscious niggas and we were kings and shit. Y'all niggas don't realize they don't like you. Africans do not like you. Not all of them. But Africans do not like you because they innately know who they are. Once again, I said that before, I said it again. Black people are indigenous to this land. We do not speak any African language. And you know what? You have Europeans out here who want to send some of us back to Africa. And you know what? I'm kind of all for that because hear me out, guys, while I say that. Send these pro-blacks and these hotep niggas back to Africa, and let's see if they'll get recognized. Oh yeah, they won't, unless they're Boule. Come on now. There are over 3,000 tribes on the continent of Africa alone. We don't descend from any of them. Oh boy.
They know that's the truth. I know that from personal experience.
Fact. Same here.
So,
Same here. She's telling the truth because I've talked to Africans and stuff like that, and they have, they do not recognize us. They do not know who we are. I mean, you have nice Africans. Most of them are nice. Some of them are nice. But innately, they know that we are two different cultures. They have a different culture than we do. Our cultures are not the same. Remember, these are lies that the Europeans, that these racist Jesuit Europeans told us. Because we have to remember, guys, we're all in the same boat here. This whole black and white shit, that's utter nonsense. That's utter nonsense. It's a joke. You have two classes of people. The ultra rich and the poor. That's it. You're either one or the other. You either are the oppressor or the oppressed. You can't be both.
I am leaving a link that Black Child did. Black Child Productions, that's the name of the channel, Black Child.
Oh yeah, I love that channel. It's such a good channel.
Before. And when I saw it, what got caught my eye was that they were exposing Martin Luther King as Boule. And that's what one of my subscribers had asked me about. Whoa, Martin Luther King, I don't know. Yeah, he was too. Great leader, Martin Luther King. Yeah, he was too. So that's why I say, you hear me say all the time, I don't want anybody ruling over me. Black, pink, purple, white, nobody.
Facts.
And I don't think any of us should have rulers over us.
Facts.
We should be sovereign.
Woo! Teach, sister. That's the whole point. We should be sovereign. That's the point. We need to be sovereign. All of us need to be sovereign. Nobody should be ruled over. The rich are meant to serve us. Why does it say in the Bible, why does it say that the poor will always be among you? Maybe that's because there's so many of us out here who are poor. And there's only a few out here who are rich. We are not the 1%, guys. We are the 99%. And it's time we wake up and realize that. Remember, this is about classism, and this is about powers clashing. It's the Creator versus Lucifer. Which side are you on? Are you on the side of the real Creator, who is the Creator? Or are you on the fake Creator? Are you on the side of Lucifer? Pick one. Because if you say, well, I don't believe in the Creator, I don't believe in Lucifer, I'm an atheist, doesn't matter. You're still on the side of Lucifer. Because you're funded. These atheist groups out here are funded by their religious right. They're funded by them. They're funded. Both sides are funded by the same group of people. They're funded by the Jesuits. You have to remember how destructive the religious right is. And you have to remember how destructive the left is. They're both equally destructive. Neither are better than the next one. They're both two sides of the same coin. And that's what people don't get. It's like saying, well, I want Coke or I want Pepsi. Okay, they're both bad for you. Why don't you drink apple juice or water or orange juice or milk or fruit punch? Something that's good for you.
Run our own lives. Think for ourselves. Do what we want. As long as we don't hurt anybody else.
Facts.
So, anyway, if you want it, I'm leaving, like I said, I'm leaving a link. But if you want to know more, all you got to do is Google it or put it in the search box on YouTube. You'll find all you need to know. But really, seriously, black people really need to know, because they're really being laughed at like these idiots. They've bowing and scraping to all their people that they look up to, like Oprah, and I can't even think of too many. Well, whoever's famous, whoever's black and famous, they look up to them. They look up to them. Not knowing the rituals these people have to go through and the things that they have to do. And especially their main job is to keep most of the don't let too many black people get too rich. Can't have that. Don't let them live too good now. Don't let them get too famous now. So that's what Boule is all about, you guys. And it's sickening me. It's making me sick just thinking about it. So
it's disgusting.
Let me end this. But now you know. Now you know. Spread the word, because there's so many people who don't know and should know. Don't be stupid the rest of your life. Don't be ignorant. Ignorant is not stupid. Ignorant is just you don't know.
Yep.
I was ignorant about Boule.
And that's what I have to understand. Look at Albert Pike. It says it all right there. Read the text. It says it all right there. They are Luciferians. Luciferians can be any nationality. Any. Remember, guys, there are only two choices that you have. You're either going to be on the side of the Creator and fight for righteousness, or you're going to be on the side of Lucifer. Pick one. But you can't deny either and say that one doesn't exist and all that nonsense. That's a joke, because you're still on the side of Lucifer. You're still a Luciferian. Because this is what they believe. They believe that Lucifer is the creator, and we know that Lucifer is the false god. Lucifer is this fake Eurocentric Jesus who does not exist. And yes, I do believe in the indigenous Aboriginal Jesus. And I do believe that Jesus existed and Jesus lived. The real Jesus that I'm talking about is the Jesus in the Dead Sea Scrolls, as well as parts of the New Testament. That's the real Jesus. The real Jesus was a revolutionary. That's the real Jesus. He was fighting alongside the Essenes. And he learned from the Essenes. Because the Pharisees and Sadducees, they were the Boule of Rome at that time. They followed Rome. Wake up. We've got to wake up, guys.
Very ignorant. I had no idea. No idea. So you guys, it's still the same old thing. People of your own race will keep you down. People
Facts.
not in your race will keep you down. So that's why there should be no, you shouldn't hate any race, because judge people by who they are and what they do.
Yep.
Not what color their skin is or their ethnic background. Forget about it. Just forget about it.
Come on.
As long as they're still human